back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
Yee-haw! Somebody poison the water hole. Somebody poisoned the judge's water bottles, Jason Knight might be thinking. Jason Knight is not too happy about the decision loss to Makwan Amirkhani at UFC Liverpool. Mississippi Mean thinks that by the new rules, he was supposed to win the fight. Mississippi Mean Jason Knight, or Jason Bite as I like to call him, was coming into his fight with Makwan Amirkhani on a 2-fight losing streak. He was on a hell of a win streak before that, like a 4-fight winning streak, making a lot of noise in the UFC with his personality. That's how he earned the nickname Hick Diaz, because he likes to talk trash, get in there and really get into a scrap. He's got great jiu-jitsu, and also he's a great striker. Now, as far as the wrestling is concerned, that seemed to be a problem for him in his last fight, and even his fight versus Gabriel Benitez. But the thing is, once Jason Knight gets taken down, he's got some slick jiu-jitsu, man. He'll throw you in a fucking rubber guard, lock you up. You can't mount an offense to where the referee might think about standing up the fight. But if he doesn't get that submission, it's still a losing position when he's off of his back to a lot of people's eyes. But either way, Jason Knight took to Twitter, and this is what he had to say about the decision lost to Makwan Amirkhani. By the new rules, I was supposed to win that fight. I think the UFC judges should be required to have some kind of MMA experience. How do you lay on someone scared to death to throw any fucking thing and win? Look at the fucking stats, SMDH. And that's when he also posted this picture. And if you look at the stats, you can see Jason Knight landed more significant strikes. He landed more total strikes. He also had those 2 big knockdowns in the first round. But the stats still don't just show Jason Knight winning the fight all the way. He had those 2 knockdowns in 1 round, and just by looking at the scorecard, it doesn't tell the whole story of the fight. You know, if you think about round by round, the first round is where both the knockdowns came into play. So yeah, Jason Knight, you might have had him winning that first round there. But when you think about the second and the third round, that's when Makwan Amirkhani was able to score those 3 takedowns you see down yonder. And on the takedowns, Jason Knight didn't score any takedowns. So you can't really just pull this up and say, look, I won, when you lost on the takedowns. But that's not all you lost on, my boy. Also, if you look at the percentage of strikes landed, Makwan Amirkhani got the better of Jason Knight as well. As total strikes, Makwan landed 54% to Jason Knight's 47%. And on the significant strikes, Makwan Amirkhani landed 49% of his strikes to Jason Knight's 32%. So Jason Knight had a higher output but wasn't landing as much. But and also, if you were watching the fight, you saw a lot of those shots were like weird kicks from Jason Knight on the bottom. In the second and the third round, after Makwan Amirkhani scored that takedown, and I don't know why I'm still talking in this accent, but the video's almost over, so let's keep it going. So, if you were watching the fight, after Makwan Amirkhani got those takedowns, Jason Knight would lock him up in that rubber guard there yonder, and it was really hard for Makwan to move, but all Jason Knight was doing to mount an offense of his own was throwing some like kicks to his back. And so those might have been adding up on the judges, not even the judges' scorecards, but on these fight metrics here. But it doesn't really mean you were doing a lot of damage in the fight. So, I mean, it is what it is. It was a close decision. I would have liked to see my boy Jason Knight come out with a W. I'm a big fan of Jason Knight, and I think he can get back on the winning track. He's a very talented fighter. 25 fights at like 25 years old. Very experienced fighter, and I think he's got a bright potential in the sport. But he's going to have to get back on that winning track if he doesn't want to be knocking on Bellator's door. So with that being said, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. And if you can afford it, make sure you hit that PayPal, because the nigga's broke as fuck. Rent's coming up, and my roommate just went to the emergency room, so I'm in a little bit of a pickle. I'm out. And as always, thanks for checking out this video. If you want to join the notification gang, make sure you hit subscribe and also hit the bell next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. And if you want to help this channel reach its full potential, consider hitting the PayPal link in the description or going to patreon.com/fulltimemma and becoming a patron. I'm out.
This is #1 bullshit.